Good evening, humanoids, and welcome to another exciting CWF-TV episode, the Craig Williams Memorial Tag Team Tournament. And we have all kinds of exciting matches in store for us tonight. What's the matter with you? Normally you're interrupting me every chance you get. How come you're not speaking? The people want to hear from the real deal Phil Bishop.
Captain, there's a lot of stuff going on right now behind the scenes. There's some things that I can't talk about. I got a lot on my mind. I promise you that when the time is right, I'll let you and everybody else know what's going on.
Personal stuff. Not my game. I'm all about wrestling. So I tell you what, if we're ready, we're going to bring out the first wrestlers in tonight's tag team tournament. So let's throw it over to Rodney Shivani Simpson.
I got the point of what you were trying to make. Is silver and gold, gold and silver, Buck Maverick. Some sort of weird stage name, I guess. Not what the first thing would pop into my mind when I see these two, but we'll find out how they act inside the ring.
Well, I've got a little silver. I don't have any gold, but I do like the song Silver and Gold from Christmas, so this should be really, really interesting.
I love Burl Ives.
Sebastion Envi, Malik champion, starting off the match. Sebastion Envi, the veteran.
Now wanting to do the lockup right now, and Malik champion goes in, and Sebastion Envi sends in Thunder, and Thunder takes his eye off the prize, as it were, and when that happens, every time you end up paying the price.
Well, Malik champion definitely getting the upper hand on Thunder. Big body slam. Thunder's down. There's the cover.
Goes for that quick cover. Does not get it. I think he was going for some sort of weird tag to bring in Sebastion Envi into the ring. And now Envi, on his terms, wants to get into the ring. Too much dissension between tag team partners. I don't see them advancing past this first round in the Craig Williams Memorial Tag Team Tournament.
Well, and it's really interesting with Sebastion Envi being the veteran that he is, seeing him make such rookie mistakes. Impressive drop kick by Malik champion. Oh, and Thunder comes in and attacks Malik champion, but Buck Maverick throws Thunder to the floor, and there they are.
And now Sebastion Envi is yelling at, and maybe he's coaching Thunder about getting back in the ring.
Well, and Envi throwing Thunder in. Oh, big drop kick by Envi, and Buck goes down. Oh, reverse neck breaker. Now Malik champion going down. And Envi and Thunder, this is going to be a really, really interesting. Sebastion Envi should be focused on his opponent and less focused on his tag team partner right now.
Yeah, he definitely does not seem to be having these two on mind when he's in that ring right now. He keeps worrying about Thunder, but not paying attention to what Silver and Gold are doing.
Envi with a slap across the face, followed up by a big right hand, having a stare down with Buck Maverick. Referee Haas blocker. And Malik seems to be in a little bit of trouble now.
And he's going to do a little
snapmare on Malik champion.
Snapmare over, kick to the back. Right in the small of the back, that's got to sting. And they line him up once again. He's going to grab a hold of his head and Phil, I can't help but notice you're not playing off of me tonight, and I don't quite understand why. Is there something that's bothering you?
Well, Captain, at the beginning of the show tonight, there are some things going on behind the scenes in CWF. I'm not at liberty to speak of them right now, but it has definitely got my thoughts and my attention distracted. I apologize, and I'm going to try and get focused back on this match with you. Just be patient with me, if you will.
I got 45 or 50 cents. Would that help you kind of spill the beans?
Not in this situation, no.
Okay. I thought I'd make the offer. Back to the action. Sliding back style with the hard style right there into the corner. And Malik sinks down to that bottom rope. He's not sure where he is right now. Tags in Thunder and goes to work on the head of Malik champion.
Rookie mistake throwing Malik champion into his corner. I can't believe Buck Maverick didn't take advantage of that, tag himself in, And you can see Sebastion Envi having some words with Thunder right now.
And wants to get Thunder out of there because I don't know why he wants to get Thunder out of there, because every time he gets in, he's more worried about what Thunder's doing rather than his opponents.
What was interesting to me is with the beef we've seen between Thunder and Envi, you know, Thunder has really kind of played things by the book all this time, but, you know, when Envi was in Buck Maverick's corner, Thunder was choking Malik Champion. So it's just a really interesting dynamic. It's not a partnership that I'd be used to seeing or understanding.
I would be curious to find out the backstage dealings of how this partnership for this tag team tournament came to be.
Well, and Malik Champion finally getting an upper hand. And now Buck Maverick in the ring.
And there he goes.
Oh my
Buck
goodness.
Maverick slams him down.
He dropped him right on his neck.
I was worried about Malik Champion for a minute. He had slipped and almost didn't make that tag.
Oh, a quick roll up. 1, 2, 3. The team of Thunder and Envi get the win.
They do. They make short work of it.
They're going to progress to the next round of the Champions Cup.
There is really not any teamwork going there. Sebastion Envi's acting like he got the tag in that match.
Well, I noticed that. And notice how Envi just cuts off Thunder from getting in the corner. Thunder playing, I guess, the part he's supposed to be playing and applauding his mentor.
Well, you can call him that, but if you remember back a couple episodes ago, that Thunder came out and had some strong, harsh words for Sebastion Envi. So we know there is no love lost there.
Well, and Envi and Thunder having, and Envi just slapping his own tag team partner. This is going to be interesting to see how they progress throughout this tournament.
Should be interesting. I'm just taking a quick scan of Big Fitz, because if you remember, in the last month or so, he had that incident with the fake hand grenade. So I was just kind of worried about him having another one of those before we get started with tonight's action.
Well, I don't see any hand grenades on him this time, so I think that we are okay. But this is going to be a powerful, powerful duel. And I tell you what, Ryan Aries and Barrett Brown have got their work cut out for them.
And of course, don't, as always, forget the wild card of Major Inconvenience.
Aries goes for the pin quick. PFC Graham thrown off his game. Another pin. And PFC Graham not quite sure where he's at right now.
Well, you know as well as I do what Ryan Aries is doing, Phil, is that is how you go after big men. You try to out-quick them.
Oh!
You go for the legs, you try to out-quick them before they know what hits them, and that's what Ryan Aries appears to be doing.
Well, that's what you do. If you're going to chop a tree down, you're going to go for the base. Look at the power of Big Fitz just throwing Ryan Aries off him like he's a sack of potatoes.
Somebody better have a slab of steak that they can throw to him, because he looks hungry, and Ryan Aries looks like he may be on the menu, so he better watch himself out there.
I don't know if Big Fitz has had lunch or not, but it looks like lunch is about to be served. Aries slow to get back into the ring. Big Fitz just staring him down. No emotion other than rage and anger, and that's what I'm afraid of right there. Blind tag to the champion.
And
Who's
now
calling the ref over. Are they allowed to share secrets, Captain?
I don't think they're allowed to share secrets. And Big Fitz being admonished by referee Stephen Tooker.
Listen to the crowd silently behind the champ. And Big Fitz does not want to hear these chants.
But Barrett Brown being distracted by PFC Graham, and he can't do that when you've got a man of the size and caliber of Big Fitz.
Oh! Barrett Brown went for a giant clothesline. Oh, and Ryan Aries tries to interfere. And the team
Nice
of Ryan
power
Aries and
move.
Barrett Brown is dead. Big Fitz and PFC Graham are about to progress to the next round of the Champions Cup.
I don't believe I've ever seen that look on Barrett Brown's face before when he got up about 10 foot in the air with one hand from Big Fitz.
This will be it right here, Captain. No, somehow Barrett Brown able to get out. takes the leg out from under Big Fitz. Big right hand.
And he's
A
chopped
knee
him
into the
down to
chin,
his
my
size.
Goodness. Oh, not sure what happened. I think Barrett and Ryan were trying to do a double pin to keep him down, and Fitz getting back up, and look at the cautiousness of Barrett Brown and Ryan Aries.
Yeah, there's that rust we were talking about of not having worked together before. And, well, now that was just pure childishness on the case of Ryan Aries. But now they've got him in the corner away from PFC Graham and away from Major Inconvenience. If a Big Fitz falls in the woods and no one is around, does he make us out? I believe he does. And down he goes and brings in PFC Graham, and they're going to pin Big Fitz with PFC Graham.
Captain, I'm not exactly sure what I just saw. They got Big Fitz down. PFC Graham came in to do something. They ended up getting PFC Graham on top of Big Fitz. And then the team of Barrett Brown and Ryan Aries made the pin. 1, 2, 3. Barrett Brown and Ryan Aries are progressing. And look at Major Inconvenience is having to hold Fitz back. Fitz is not pleased at all with the fact that he has been eliminated from the Champions Cup tournament.
Rob Vaughn here for the Christian Wrestling Federation. Man, we have got something new and exciting to add to our wrestling shows, and that is a CWF church service. Starting August 25th, that is our service launch at Generations Church, Sunday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. Man, we're going to get the kids involved. It is going to be a great time. 7 to 8 p.m. starting every Sunday night, August 25th. See you there.
The confetti that I have to clean off every week after week when the mailman sticks it against the wall.
Yes, he does.
And I'm the one that gets stuck with having to clean it up.
Well, you know, the mailman does also go around and pay all those people to cheer for him. So, you know, maybe we can get him when he pays them to pick up the confetti.
As a member of the United States Postal Service, the rumor that I've heard, Captain, he threatens to withhold their mail if they don't show up and cheer for him.
Wow, that is harsh.
Danny
now we're going to
Saint.
swing around. Danny Saint and Johnny Lawless.
Look at the weight that Danny Saint has dropped. If you remember, he was really one of our super heavyweights. He was gone for a few months. He's got to be 30, 40 pounds lighter.
He does, and he better be careful or the folks at home are going to get a show they didn't ask for.
Oh, big club to the back and a big German suplex, and Lone Star superstar Johnny Lawless is down on his back and winded. Goes for a hip toss. Lawless turns it into a fireman carry, wraps up the arm, and now Lawless is in charge.
Lawless in charge. Wasn't that a great show back in the 80s? Oh, no, that was Charles in charge. But, you know, Phil, that's one of my best jokes, and I didn't get a response from you. Are you still hung up on what you've been hung up for the last week or so?
Captain, I am so sorry. Things have progressed. Again, I can't talk about it yet. There's some things going on. I've been able to confirm some things, and we're getting close to about to have to make a pretty major announcement about something going on behind the scenes of the CWF, and it's just got me a little distracted. I apologize. Back to the action. Electric Kelly Hayden in the ring with the mailman. Mailman catches it, but look at that enziguri, and the mailman is down.
And down he goes. Just know, Phil, that I love you and the Lord loves you. And when you're ready, we're here to listen.
That sounds familiar. I've heard that somewhere before.
A good friend of mine told me that several times.
Electric Kelly Hayden having the snot beat out of him, if you will, by the Tex-Mex Factor.
That's an interesting way to put that.
Oh, big double hip toss. Electric Kelly Hayden is down. And a big double elbow drop. There's the pin. 2. Referee Carl Knight was on the way down for the 3, but Kelly Hayden had the wherewithal to be able to kick out and know where he was at.
That ballet background to both of them came in handy. That was kind of nice. Little synchronized elbow drop there. But the synchronization against the power of Electric Kelly Hayden and Danny Saint may not be enough as Kelly Hayden drags Johnny Lawless over, and Danny Saint has been tagged in. Time for a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, big leg drop on Johnny Lawless, and Danny Saint hooks the leg. 2. Only a 2 count. I thought it was 3. Mailman was getting ready to come in. Johnny Lawless in some serious trouble, needs to make a tag. There's a big suplex by Danny Saint. And again, Saint going for the pin. 1, 2. Lawless gets his shoulder up at the absolute last second.
And Johnny Lawless has been, dare I say, Johnny Lawless has been getting the tar kicked out of him for the last several weeks. He just does not seem like himself.
Danny Saint shoots him off. A little bit of a reversal. Sunset flip. Oh, what's Saint going for here? Rolls him up into a Boston Crab. Submission move right here. Johnny Lawless could tap out. Look at his hand. Keep your eye on the hand. Lawless could tap.
That's what you're watching for. If he gets to the rope, he can have him break the hold. Can he make it?
He gets to the rope. Danny Saint is going to have to break the move. That is not what Danny wanted. You know, there was one point where I really thought Saint slamming the knee of Johnny Lawless down.
I think they felt that one in Albuquerque.
Look at the pain on Johnny Lawless's face. We may have to stop this fight before it goes much further. Lawless in desperate need. He needs to tag out. And a massive clothesline. 1, 2.
And somehow Johnny Lawless manages to kick out. And doesn't that make you happy to see him kick out like that? People cheering for him, being the power of the Lord, and just making him rise up out of the doldrums like that. Doesn't that make you happy, Phil?
Kelly Hayden with a big kick to the midsection. It doesn't make me happy nor sad, Captain. But Johnny Lawless is in some serious trouble. Mailman had his leg in, was getting ready to make the save. I don't know how much more Johnny Lawless can take.
Right to the small of the back, and we've already discussed that that's gotta hurt.
Well, and to your point, Lawless just has not been himself in these past few weeks. He hasn't been wrestling the way that we're used to seeing him wrestle, and he is in some serious trouble.
Well, we've all gone through slumps at various points in our careers, Phil, but this seems like it's much more than a slump. And Lawless, can he recover? And can he get a little strength and power from his tag team partner, the Mailman?
Kelly Hayden just in solid control, goes for that cover again, hooks the leg. 2. Lawless is just hanging on by an absolute thread. He's going to have to make a tag if the Tex-Mex Factor want to have any hope of staying in this tournament and getting a win tonight.
And Electric Kelly Hayden now clearly in control and brings Johnny Lawless over off of that turnbuckle and tags in Danny Saint.
I want to give props to Kelly Hayden and Danny Saint. They're working beautifully well together. They are controlling this match. They are controlling the pace, and they are keeping Johnny Lawless cut off from his side of the ring.
Absolutely. Inside baseball, you cut that ring in half and you do not let him get anywhere near his tag team partner, and they're doing an excellent job of that tonight. A little lesson from Danny Saint.
Lawless needed to make the tag. He's got the opportunity. Saint tags in Hayden. The Mailman gets the tag. Ducks the clothesline. Inverted atomic drop. Slaps the taste out of Kelly's mouth. And a big clothesline.
And a big
Kelly
clothesline.
Hayden's down.
Mailman on fire right here tonight in the Lordatorium in the main event of the tag team tournament.
A little bit of time getting Kelly Hayden up. Gets him back in the corner. Oh, but Kelly Hayden with a big headbutt didn't seem to have any effect. Mailman says that's it. He's calling for a special delivery. Johnny Lawless tags himself back in. What is that? Mailman could have had the win
Mailman
right
had
here.
the pin. He had him dead to rights, and Lawless reached over, slapped the shoulder. That makes it a legal tag.
Kelly Hayden shoves into Lawless, who shoves into the Mailman, scoops him up.
Knocks the Mailman off the turnbuckle. Slams down Johnny
Pulls
Lawless.
the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Boy, and he made
Kelly
the Mailman
Hayden.
angry. That's the only friend he's got, or may have had.
Kelly Hayden and Mailman, Kelly Hayden and Saint are your winners. I am not all there, Captain. I apologize, but we're about to go to the ring for the gospel presentation.
Hi, I'm Major Inconvenience with the CWF. You know, I really enjoy being the manager of PFC Graham and Fitz. It's a really good role that I enjoy, but I also have a day job. And in my day job, I do a lot of traveling. Now, one of the things I notice when I travel is cell phones, right? Cell phones are amazing, right? We can get directions on where we're going. We can have reservations at a restaurant set up. We can do all those things. But one of the things that I notice while driving is that people text and drive. Now, we all know that we're not supposed to text and drive. In fact, there's signs on the highway that say we shouldn't do that. A couple of my favorites are, for the Longhorn fans, horns up, phones down. For turkey, for Thanksgiving, gobble, gobble, keep your phones down. Let's feast. And then my favorite one that I saw the other day, which was, even drivers who text and drive hate drivers who text and drive. But yet we do it, right? There are consequences for texting and driving. You've got a $99 fine for the first time, $200 for the second. We all know you could actually crash your car, or actually we've heard of stories where people have been killed. But yet we continue to text and drive. And it's kind of like that with a lot of things in our lives. We know there are things that we should not be doing, right? Whether it's telling a little white lie, right? Because what can that hurt, right? Or maybe gossiping about our friends behind our backs, or just doing things that we know we're not supposed to do. Now, when we do those things, God calls those things sin. And in our own strength, we have a hard time not being able to stop doing those things, right? And God knows that. Now, let's imagine that you are caught texting and driving, right? And you go to the judge and he fines you $99. But someone comes up and says, you know what? I'm going to cover that $99 fee because I know that you can't afford that. And all you have to do is accept that free gift. It's the same with God and Jesus, right? The sin keeps us out of heaven. God can't allow sin into heaven, but Jesus came and paid the price for that sin. So when we do things wrong, that's what God calls sin. We choose our way over God's way. And the punishment for sin is an eternity separated for God. But because Jesus came and he died on the cross for our sins, we have a way to get into heaven. And it's a free gift. There's like no tricks or anything like that. All we have to do is just ask Jesus to come into our heart. And it's pretty simple. I was a children's pastor, so everything is ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, right? So it's just a simple ABC. 1, you have to admit that you're a sinner, that you do things that God does not want you to do. 2, you have to believe that Jesus is who he says he is, that he came and died on the cross for your sins. And C, confess that Jesus Christ is not only your Savior, but Lord of your life. And you have to believe that in your heart. Now I'm going to lead us in a prayer. The prayer does not save you. The prayer, all it does is it's your confession to God. It's you talking to Jesus. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for this day. Father, I am a sinner. I thank you so much for sending your Son to die on the cross for my sins. I pray that your Son comes into my heart and helps me lead a holy and pure life. Now, if you prayed that prayer and you meant it in your heart, then Jesus is going to help you not do those things you know that you're not supposed to do. A couple things you need to do, though, right, to kind of help. One is join a church that has a good Bible preaching. Second, you want to make sure that you're praying with every day to God, so you're building that relationship with him. And third, you want to read your Bible daily, because that's how God speaks to you. Now, if you've made that decision, or if you have any prayer requests, please, beneath me, you'll see a website and an email. Please email us and let us know how you're doing. Thank you.